I remember when Mr. Kenny Kunene was like throwing insults at Julius Malema and the EFF, and the EFF leader CIC Julius Malema responded. That's where that thing of calling the Patriotic Alliance Amasela, Amapantiti came from. When he was responding that, he even alleged that Mr. Gayton Mchenzie is a political failure because his politics are baseless. They don't stand for anything. Everywhere, wherever they want him, he goes. And it just proves now, in these elections, it just proves now that he's all over the place, that this guy was right. Julius Malema was right. Mr. Gayton Mchenzie is a political failure because as a political leader, he doesn't stand for anything. His people don't know him for anything. He's like a liberal. He's always adapting to new things. He's always changing. He's always going about what is popular, what is trending. So his politics are not consistent. They are not consistent and they won't stand the test of time because the world is always changing. There's always new things. But you adapting to new things and doing new things and making your politics about those new things doesn't mean those things are right. They might be popular, they might be put in the mainstream, but it doesn't mean they are right. Now, he came out and said live. He came out and said live on his Twitter that yes, he agrees. His politics are baseless. His politics are based on trend. Himself saying this. You can go on his Twitter. You will see the tweet explaining the fact that his politics always about what people want. It's not about an ideology, a certain ideology. It's always about what other people want, you know. So maybe I think his people, the people who voted for him, now that they don't want Abahambe anymore, he's no more pushing Abahambe, I'm a foreigner. Now he's the face of the defense force of the GNU. The same GNU that is representing the oppression and the oppression of black people is in the forefront of that GNU. So that's where he is now. And that's what you people must know, you people who follow him. That's where he is. He's the defense force of the GNU now. That's his politics now. We don't know where it's gonna go, how it's gonna change. And he's the Minister of Sports and Art and Culture. And I don't know what his plans of adapting or advancing the sports and art and culture. I haven't read any statement from him outlining what he's gonna be doing for the sports and art and culture. Only see him running, you don't know where he's going. There's a marathon of Nelson Mandela. The same Nelson Mandela who is frowning upon by saying that black people need to forget about their history and they must move on. They must move on. And the black people who are failing to move on, they can stay in the past. He's gonna move on. That type of guy who's pushing those politics is the same guy you guys are voting for. You are hyping. And I think Mr. Gayton Mchenzie is fooled by his supporters because his supporters, they're not principled. They don't stand for anything. They're just Twitter keyboard warriors. You know, they just overhype him and he allows to be overhyped by people who don't even know him. He doesn't even know if these accounts are bots and they're just using him to overhype him on things that are senseless. So his support base, you can go every time on his Twitters and you see how his supporters, they respond to him, you know, and they overhype him. Just look at the pattern, like bamshashaya, bamjuta, ngathi bampesula, ngathi bakhuluma no cherry, bamcambela manga, bamgoqe, you know. So that's the type of politician he is. He doesn't stand for anything. He's all over the place and he represents whatever the people want. If the people, maybe they want to be angry at the EFF, that's what it's going to represent. If the people want to love the EFF, I don't know if he's also going to represent that. I don't know. But he claims he's moving with the times and is a liberal type of politician. And one thing you need to know, he also supports Israel. And he thinks what's happening in Gaza is not a genocide. The people of Israel deserve it because the people of Gaza deserve it because Hamas is a terrorist organization. That's what he believes. It's not me. You can do your own research. It's not me saying this. I'm not lying on his name like he lied on Dr. John Hlophe's name. I'm not. So you should know this if you are following him. Don't just follow him not knowing the type of person he is. Thank you very much.